morning. Or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is for you, but hello. Hello. We all good? We all good today? BG, you lost hope. You stopped playing, why? I mean, it requires a lot of grinding. You have to be logging in every 6 hours in the game, otherwise you're just gonna get screwed. But yes, hello. And will I do any Pokemon live streams on YouTube? I've been considering, it's season 2 of Pokemon Unite right now. I don't know whether I'm gonna just do videos of it, or if I was looking to do an actual full live stream of Unranked to Masters. Depends on how I feel. Depends on how I feel. Why are you saying start? It's already started, you silly goose. It's already started, you silly goose. You only have one legendary? I mean, legendaries aren't very good anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Can you get 300 holy talismans in a week? Oh, easily. On average, people would be looking to get like 750 a week. That's what I'm looking at right now. 300 is easy peasy, mate. How do you get legendary? You breed them. That's not Pepe, that's Peepo Cram. Right there, that is Peepo Cram. Very different. Hello, Silver. But yeah, don't worry about legendaries too much. Again, they're not actually very useful. Even epics, I'd rather you use epics than legendaries just because they don't cost so much. You used 105,000 event currency, that's quite low. That's honestly quite low. What was my first legendary or ancient or divine? My first legendary was Comet. My first ancient was Ikez and my first divine was Hermes. Hermes. Anyway, since we are now in-game, I am going to finish off this Heroes Challenge event because Familiar Dragon, the first time it came out, I missed this guy and I was kind of sad about it because the event was kind of screwy. But I'm here with Lath. This should be enough to do this battle. Oh my god, why is my throat dying? Do I actually have COVID again? Please no, not like this, body. Hello, Goku. Will I get GLOM? If I get GLOM, I get GLOM. I'm not going to be too worried if I don't. But yeah, look at this. Easy peasy, Purity Chi. I didn't even need to level him up that much. I just remember leveling him up from 30. I was like, oh, I didn't need to do that. But either way, there is Mr. Familiar, the first chonky boy that we are going to be collecting today. Look at these chonkers. I mean, Familiar isn't quite as chonky as Shade Brute, but he's chonky. Definitely chonky. But that is Event Dunskies, Heroes Challenge, easy cleared, easy pew pew. You can easily do Heroes Challenge with level 30, between level 30 to 35, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, there is Dragon number 1, Dragon number 2. We are going to be getting out of these ancient chests. And you can see I've got 98 out of 100 Shade Brute. So if I somehow don't get Shade Brute out of like 30 chests, we're just going to grind for more. We're just going to grind for more. I bet you it's not going to give it to me now, is it? It's gonna make me really hard grind in the dungeon. Oh, times 50 poggers. Boom, 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 boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what I like. That's what I like. Can you join my clan? My clan is actually open at the moment. Oh, there should be Shade Brute. Ah, there we go. There is Chonky Boy number 2. But I didn't actually know that Shade Brute had all these shadowy effects off the top of his head and his wings as well. Yes, another chonky boy Dunskies. He does look kind of scary, so he's not quite as friendly as the Familiar Dragon. But at the same time, obviously, we also need holy talismans, so I will take it. But there's 2 new dragons already. Good start to the day, right? It's a good start to the day. And that times 50. Very cool. What is the best way to get enchantment items because you're new? There isn't really a good way anymore, unfortunately. The only way for you to really get enchantment mats, apart from doing the Dragon Board event at the moment, really is to do battles in the Enchanted Arena. If you're not in the highest Enchanted Arena League, you're not going to get many. I'm just being real with you. It's been busted for months now and they're not fixing it. It's very sad, but that is the harsh reality of this game. But either way, let's pop these 2 dragons in here. Normally, I wouldn't clog up my hatchery so much. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll just leave familiar in there for now. Because I'm thinking 1 hatchery slot, I could do it, but I'd rather not. So yeah, I'll keep familiar in there for now, and then I will pop Shade Brute in there when we have another slot available. Many dragons within my islands. Is it possible to earn an ancient dragon with Artemis and Thief, and while grinding dungeon and not missing any dungeon stuff? You'd probably still need to gem. But you can get a singular ancient without having to gem, but if you wanted like GLOM, for example, you'd have to gem for that. It's not mainly your team, it's just in general, you'd probably have to do that. What's my username? What? Quackalakes, what do you mean? You hate the Enchanted Arena? Understandable, same. Samesies! I also do not like the Enchanted Arena. We're basically twinsies. You see Hausk? Yes, Hausk is sitting there. Hausk is sitting there indeed. Waiting to be hatched. That is Hausky. But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't think this ancient event's gone too bad so far. At the same time, I don't really care about any of these ancients because, you know, they're shadow ancients. So it's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I can't do very much. Your luck was horrible? I mean, my luck's probably been slightly above average, but considering all the bad luck I've had over the years in past events, come on, I was deserving of at least something. And if it gives me the okay luck during a Shadow Ancient event, like, I didn't really even win. Hello! You used common dragons instead of epics? Yeah, the problem is simply that common dragons only have 1 or 2 elements max, but you need 3 elements. You need 3 elements. You gemmed in the first ancient dungeon. I also would have gemmed in the first fire dungeon, but the problem was I was way too busy in that week. I couldn't. Life A. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're on your cousin's account or not, but okay. Add you to my friends list, but my friends list is full. My friendies list is full. As in, I can't see anyone else in my game. So it's easier if you add me. But you gotta remember, if you want to add people in DML, you need to be on the same platform and server as them. Which means that, you know, you need to actually know what your platform and server is, and you need to know what theirs is. But yeah, my player code is add2, ADD2. You can add me if you want to. For a second I thought that was a bug. No, it's just the side of a rock. Add2, that is my code. It's so hard to even get 35 gems. One really good way to get gems is making sure that you're doing as much exploration as you possibly can, because honestly you do get a lot, and I mean a lot, of gemmers from that. Seriously, a lot of gemmers over time. Sometimes it might be really mean and not give you any for a while, but overall, a very good way of getting some extra bonus ones. So, good luck. How do I get so many gems? I haven't, outside of that inner dragon bundle from the other day, I haven't actually made a purchase in DML in about 4 months. So, I do also get the MVP stuff, though. So that definitely helps. But mainly it's just doing the dungeon grinding, doing the rune grinding, and getting free gems like that. I don't watch Otto's Lotto or anything like that, which lots of other people do. And if you're super desperate for gems, then you should probably watch Otto's Lotto for gems. I don't do it, because I refuse to just sit there watching ads for extended periods of time. Sometimes you get in Siege. Yeah, you can get stuff from clan events as well, but I hate the in-game clan events, so I never do them. You're stuck at the boss battle Brutus. Either level up or you could hire some friends' dragons, right? Where is Brutus on the map, actually? I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been so long. But yeah, if you're on the map and you're anywhere before Mini, you can just hire people, but obviously you'll need a certain portal level to do that. If you're above, then it'll just be a case of having to level up or put on higher tier sigils or better sigils. Some people have some horrific, and I do mean horrific, sigil choices for their team. My first legendary was Comet. Comet. Your Homala is hatching? Nice. Very cool. I mean, yeah, if you come out of this event and you needed a water or an AoE dragon, or just any ancient, and it wasn't Homala, you've probably screwed up. You're gonna enter for the first time in 3 days? Oh, have fun. Have fun. I hope you get times 50 like I just did. You know, every single times 50 genuinely makes such a massive difference in terms of, like, total talisman count. You're subbed, poggers. But yeah, it's been pretty big, them taking away the times 10, because the average being 3, and then even if you get above average, you only get 5. It's really not very many. They seriously did nerf this event, so I'm amazed that people thought that they were like praising them, like, oh my god, this is so much easier now. It's like, no, this is so much more difficult now. But hey, maybe that was just like day one, people not really understanding what the heck was going on. You have to get around 4 dragons with the element. Oh, you mean the temple upgrades. Yeah, I mean, food production is very, very slow in this game. Even at my level, they haven't actually updated the farms in years. So when you're at my point, when you need like 500 million food, it takes a very long time. So I just can't really add a new team member, or at least not for a very long while, because I'm just stuck, because the farms are so bad. Like, we've had so many level increases and we haven't had any farm upgrades in a long time. Like, they changed the clan farming slightly, but that didn't do anything. Because the other options were still better, the existing ones. What do I think about Purity Berserker? It's terrible. Why would you use that? What? Purity Berserker does not synergize at all. You wish it had a bigger player base? It'd be better, would it? I don't think having a bigger player base would fix the existing problems. If anything, it's probably the fact that the player base dies off over time because they didn't fix anything that needed to be fixed. How do you get so many ancients? Logging in every 6 hours, grinding dungeon. That's it. Where do I live? England. But yeah, hiring from the map, doing your map battles whenever you can. Those blue ones especially. Really important for fast progress. But look, there we go. We got some mats. Woo, I got like 6 mats. Pog. That's so good, right? And I guess while I'm here, I'll just gem a quick dungeon reset. I think I was just off. And you know the thing I hate about dungeon is the fact that because of the way that they've scaled it now, I actually do better in the dungeon before I get to the max KO bonus now. It's like in this dungeon, before I was at max KO bonus, the energy dragons just couldn't touch me. But now that I'm at max KO bonus, the energy dragons just one-shot me with burnout. It's like, why? Why is that a thing? When you start a dungeon, what do you need to do? From low level to your best dragon, or start right off with the good dragons? You'll see that I use Apollo, which he is level 100, whereas my other dragons are level 115, because Apollo, I put on these sigils especially so that he would get the ×3 boost for every KO that he gets. So the best idea, in theory, the best dungeon team ever would be like 12 evenly leveled dragons. Obviously, most of us can't afford that because 12 dragons at once is way too expensive. So if you have like 2 teams of dragons, that's what a low level player can do. But ideally, using the dragons that give a ×3 boost that can still get KOs is the best way to start off the dungeon. And then you work towards your main guys. But you've also got to make sure that your main guys don't just get immediately one shot when they enter. Why do you keep saying how to get so many ancients? I already answered. You've got to grind that dungeon out, boy. It's like a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, how did you get Hausk? It's like, how do you think I got Hausk? I logged in every 6 hours. That's how I did it. It's like, you don't have to spend money in DML to get things. Obviously, some people do. Obviously, it makes it much easier, although I wouldn't want to waste money on DML like that when we can get it for free. Because it's essentially like, why would I waste money on something that I can just obtain for free? And at that point, if I don't want to obtain it for free and I just want to pay for it, I'm not actually playing the game. Doesn't make any sense to me. Which part of England do I live in? I live nearish to London. You logged in at the night? You have to log in for every single reset. You can't not do that. If you don't log in for the resets, you don't get the dragons. You cannot miss a reset a day. Again, during the light event, I missed 10 resets roughly. Like something around there. And I didn't get the dragon. And 10 resets is 2.5 days out of 28 days. You can't miss 3 days out of 28 days in certain events. That's what it's like. Oh god, I just realized that my EKS is in. Oh no, we're gonna get burnt out and get one shot, aren't we? I cannot wait. Why is the dragon holding Doritos? What do you mean? He's a chunky boy. He likes his Doritos and Mountain Dew. What are your most dungeon run ever? Or do you mean like this week? Because technically my biggest ever dungeon run was like a few thousand KOs. That was during Endless Dungeon. The Endless Dungeon days. I have to say, Endless Dungeon was so incredibly boring. But at the same time, at least it rewarded some level of skill. There are very few things in DML that actually, like, if you have a good team and you've worked it out and you can do it properly, there are very few things in DML that actually reward you. But at least with Endless Dungeon, if you were, like, dedicated enough, you were willing to grind enough, then you actually got rewarded. And of course they patched it out immediately afterwards. Typical. Bloody typical. Kids can't play the game because your parents would kill you if they saw you laying during the nights. I mean, the thing is, with the way that the resets work, you don't necessarily have to be awake during the night, because remember, because it's a 6-hour reset. Oh god, we're so dead. Because it's a 6-hour reset, it means that you can either stay up past, like, my resets are at 12 and 6. So I have the choice of either staying up past midnight, or I have the choice of waking up earlier. And I don't know of many parents that would be like, oh my goodness, you're waking up early? How bad of you? Because most people think that waking up early is actually like an impressive thing. I don't know, I guess it depends on your parents, really. Should you make a channel if you want? I mean, you don't have to, you could do what you want. But yeah, Dragon Fury is not useful. Dragon Fury does not help me. I think I'm dead anyway, but... That's what I mean, though. It's like, during the KO bonus before the max KO bonus, I was getting like 2,000 stones a run without getting one shot. It was so easy. But then when you get above the top KO... Oh, it's so tempting to take the enchantment tickets. When you get above the max KO milestone for me, like the fight bonus, then suddenly they just one-shot me. I don't know, in their attempt to try and curb the cheating, they just broke it for everyone else, which was not fun. Waking up early to play the game is kind of strange. Oh, of course I get a ×10 now, Shade Brute. Don't mess with me. SMH. Actually shameful. I'm just going to open up my extra chests for now, because why not? It's not like there's many of them anyway. Let's open these up. Oh, no ×50s. Where? I'm crying. I'm crying. So I didn't quite make it to the 750. Technically, I could go and do it now. Get to the 750. I'm really hoping that the final dungeon is a little bit nicer than those burnout dragons at max KO. But 750 is the goal. Talismans per week. Because obviously that's what we're going to need to get Hausk. You know, half of 1500, 750. So, that means that this final week, when the next dungeon reset comes up, which is going to be in 2 hours, that means that we are going to be having to grind slightly above what is expected, but I think we should be fine. I think GLOM should be ours. You hatched Arcana? Nice. But yeah, we're just slightly below pace right now. But we should be Gucci gang. Should you do it for DML? Look, it's like if you want to do it, you can. If you have an idea of what you want to do, do it. You don't have to do anything. You're using level 20 Agnes and Metal Dragons to get Star and you logged in every 6 to 7 hours to rebreed and still didn't get it. I mean, sometimes your luck is gonna suck. Just remember that Metal plus Agnes is generally better for long waiting times. Fire plus Regal's better for the shorter breeding times, like if you can log in really frequently. So it's better for players to use a combination of those two breeding combinations, really. But depends. Depends on what your situation is. Again, Hugo, you do whatever you want. It's not anyone else's decision, it's yours. And really, Yeti is your dream dragon? Strange. No you, Rosanna. No you. What do I need to land on? A 2. Could I get a 2? A 2, please? Hello, 2chan. Can you give me a 2-2? It's not gonna give me a 2, is it? Oh, it did. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At least you know to do boards, so if an ancient energy pops up, you'll just go for the dragon board. But it doesn't have to be an either or. Again, you can do dragon board while you're doing dungeon. Like, I've literally just done that. Unless you literally only have like 5 minutes a day to play the game. I should play Dragon City? No, I shouldn't. I've played it before, it is bad. Just as DML is bad in many ways, Dragon City is bad in other ways. I could just play a different game that's not a RNG mobile fest, like Dragon Mania and Dragon City are. Sounds good? Like, Dragon Mania Legends, well, I guess, and technically Farmville 3 now. You know, that's more than enough cancer in my day, thank you. You suck at dungeon? You just gotta get the right elements and the right team going. Oh, look at those extraordinary ancient mats, dude. Oh, that is so sexy seeing those come through. I love it. You know, when you get cucked so much out of mats, just seeing that is just so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. That's how cucked we've become. Even when I'm at my level, my stage in the game, I'm still cucked because of Enchanted Arena. It's sickening. Dragon City is interesting for 3 days. Sounds about right, honestly. It's so depressing. I'm really hoping for another 2 here. It's not gonna happen, is it? So I don't really want to go past here without hitting this green. Oh god. It keeps giving me so many 6s. Just give me another 2. Oh my god. There we go. Yikes, my shadow stones. Yikes, my chances at Umbra. And now it's not going to give me the 6 that I want, is it? Either a 2 or a 6. There we go. That's fine. But yeah, I'm not going to waste all of my shadow stones here, but I'm really still trying to prioritize hitting those purple tiles and not missing any if I can. I still do need Warg, which it's going to look like it's going to be this last week when we get him, which is kind of redonkulous if you think about it. Hello! It has all it needs except Ancient, and it's still bad. If you don't have Ancients, you can still do pretty well, honestly. You should still be fine. Am I doing bingo? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing. That's why I was trying to refresh for that 2 there, so I could hit the 5 on the green. But the thing is, do I want to really waste the rest of my shadow stones getting a green 4? Because the next 4 would be all the way back here. Probably not. It's probably not a good idea to go below what I'm currently at. Because the safe zone, if we were gonna do bingos to get the full house every day, it would be about 10k. Shadow stones is what you probably need to save up to. Like, I'm just missing a 4. I'd just get a few more shadow stones and tickets. I don't care about the Bromelia, because I've already got her, so I probably won't. But, I'm close to 400 pieces of Molim. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually finish Molim. First time watching, glad to have you here, mate. But, yeah, Molim's, it's going to be very close. If we get really lucky, we might. If we don't get lucky, like we did with Hausk, we probably won't. But Warg, we're still a few pieces off from Warg, but a week should be enough to get those remaining, basically 33 pieces. Yeah, Warg has been a pain. Shade Brute was a pain. Umbra, if we really want Umbra, it looks like we're gonna have to gem from the looks of it. I was doing so well with the Umbra luck. Like, really lucky, in fact, early on, and then it just completely dabbed on me. I just got dabbed on, is what happened. Like and sub, or you will never get a legendary. That is not true. Again, considering how easy it is to breed most dragons of the month, I know that I say easy. That's because I use relics, and I've got relics for, like, second breeding dens and things going on, and I don't have any of the other dragons to breed. But all things considered, I cannot actually remember the last time it took me, like, over 3 days to breed a dragon of the month. And now that I've said that, next time there's a dragon of the month, I'm probably not going to get it in the first 3 days, am I? Your dragons were only level 40 because the temple is so time-consuming. But the thing about the temples is, you've got to remember that even though you might have lower level dragons, the dungeon and all of the events that scale with your dragon level, they do just that. They scale with your max, like your top dragon's level, which means that as long as you've got 3 even dragons in time for the events, at least, up to 6, depending on what you've done with your dragons, then you'll be fine. The only problem is, if your dragons suck, your sigil choices suck, or you don't have an even team. That's why I always keep my main 3 at the moment at the same level. It's like, right now, if I was going to enchant, which I kind of wanted to just to get to max enchantment, I need enough divine mats to enchant them both, which means that I need, what, 74 top tier divine mats? And I don't think I can get 74 of them. I think I can get close. But 74, I don't know if we can actually get up to 74 today. You bred star on your first try? Nice. Plus, I wish that they would fix this, because I have to sit here spamming my button. Oh, my poor finger. Ah! Like, why is there not just, like, an easy way of doing this? I don't know. But it pains me. It pains me greatly. 71? Yeah, I don't think we can actually make it to 74. We're so close to being able to fully enchant Silver and Erlang Shen, though. So very close. Don't spam. Bro, this is literally DML. This is the game. Unless you're talking about Neha. What do I think about the game state right now? Bad. As it always has been. I'm gonna do one more, and that's all that I can afford. So we're 2 away, basically, from being able to enchant those guys. And then, Ben, look at those ancient mats. These are being saved for, like, Enroger or something else. Hello, Flair. You love my vids? Glad to hear it, Swed. But yeah, no, the main thing that I hate about the game state right now is that it's basically like either you use Wonder Acceptance or Witchcraft Acceptance or your team is bad. And I guess it's good in a way because at least then, like right now, if we invest into Epic Wonder Acceptance, it doesn't change straight away and then it ends up being worthless because Epic Sigils take bloomin' ages to get. But it's like, I just wish that there was more variety in the game. It gets so boring saying the exact same thing over and over and over again. You know what I mean? But anyway, at the moment, I'm, of course, mainly going for Epic Acceptance. But the problem is all my other dragons have acceptances on them. Like, I've got 7 acceptances. One of them's Epic and the others are rares. I would really, really love to get another Epic Acceptance as soon as I can, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a good long-ass while. Especially since because I've got the acceptances on my other dragons, it means that I don't have any here. Like, I don't even have uncommons to upgrade. I don't even have common acceptances. That's how lacking I am. Neha and Nesha are different. Have you ever thought of playing Genshin Impact? I used to play Genshin, but then I didn't get Zhongli or Child, and I was like, okay, I'm not playing this game anymore. You didn't give me the drops I wanted, okay, screw you game. I don't need to play you anymore. That's literally what happened. I've played Genshin on the channel before. I've played Genshin during live streams. It's not like I've never played Genshin. How many dragons do? How many dragons do? I have 691 dragons, including those other 2 that we got earlier. We're gonna have 693 plus Hausk is 694. I don't know who my 696th dragon is gonna be because the 696th dragon is a big milestone for obvious reasons. So, I don't know who my 696th is going to be. It could be Molim. It could be GLOM. It could be Hausk. I don't know. It could be a few. Trying playing The Sims 4. I've already played both of those games. Again, they're old games. They're not games that I'm super interested in anymore. Been there, done that. You know what I mean? I've lived that life. I've been there. King of the Scythes? No. King of the Scythes? You've got 30 plus on all common sigils, but it's Wonder that you have 3 for. Yeah. It's Wonder Acceptance always that are just the pests. Always pests. It's just like, why? We already have to basically pay out of our asses for them all the time to like get better sigils and everything. Why do they have to make the cost of everything so ridiculous? Such a queen of gaming? That sounds weird. So I hope you're not saying that about DML. Can I make a video what is the best way to breed Imperial? I didn't see that earlier, Flair, but the easiest way to do that, you go to DML Planner, you type Imperial, you click breed, and then it shows you the best combos. That's how you do it. Do I play Mini Militia? I don't ever really play mobile games because I don't like them. Except for Farmville 3, because Farmville 3 is a meme and I love it. Except I don't, because it's not giving me the penguin drop I want. But like, literally Imperial, ice and fire, smoke, water, boiling wind. Probably better off going with fire, ice, because of the AMT along with the odds. But yeah, it's super easy. If you ever want to know how to breed a dragon, we don't need to go through the hassle of working out, or I don't, and making a full video on it, because you can just click it on the DML Planet. It takes 2 seconds. There's no reason for me to need to when we have an actual breeding calculator these days. Because the reason I used to make breeding guides like that is because I used to have to manually go and do the calcs and everything myself. That's why. We don't need to do that anymore. Is Homala and Ra good? I mean, you're duping elements, but those 2 dragons combined are fine, but then you'll still need an Earth dragon. Like an Earth Divine, really. Because you don't want to have 2 Ancients and only 1 Divine. So you need an Earth Divine. But yeah, Homala is still good. I mean, Homala is Homala. Again, the water and the ancient are going to be really useful. Having the AoE is also useful, but you don't want Homala having 3 roles. So, if you can get Homala to only have to heal an ancient leech and have another dragon with AoE, that's fine. And Ra obviously has both. It has fire and light. Do I speak any other languages? I do not. People ask me to try and translate my videos into like Spanish, or a lot of Indonesians ask me to do it for them. I'm like, dude, I don't speak your language. How can I possibly translate my videos for a language I don't know? It's not like I have anything against you Indonesians. I don't speak your language. Grizzly and the Lemmings, what the heck is that? You're thinking to replace Apollo with the Emperor for energy element? Do you think it's good? I mean, no, because the Emperor is only a legendary. So you're not going to get the Bless. You need Bless. That sounds like a terrible idea. And again, really you'd need 2 Divines, because in dungeon, in case one of them gets dazzled or frightened or anything else, you need 2 Divines. Do I play Minecraft on PC? I did used to play Minecraft on PC. Maybe with Caves and Cliffs I'll play some Minecraft. I haven't decided yet. But no, I'm not going to play Minecraft on not PC. Tips to translate a different language. Learn the other language. Yeah, it's not really that simple though, is it? Learning a language and speaking it fluently takes hundreds and hundreds of hours. Like, that's not just like, it's not like I can just sit here right now and go, you know what, I'm gonna learn Indonesian, and then next week be like, whoa, I'm a fluent Indonesian, And plus I don't really have a reason to want to learn Indonesian. Or Spanish. You know, it's just like, a lot of people, they learn English because they think that it's, like, useful for certain things. Like, that's why lots of schools, like, foreign countries force them to learn English. I can sort of understand that because of Hollywood and whatever, but, like, some other countries, it's like, it is so sparing when I would have to, like, need to learn Spanish. Not many situations. I could become a translator, but again, I would have to actually know the language. You hope there might be 11th at the 11th Walmart sale? Maybe. There could be. It's a Netflix series? Huh, I see. Not with Duolingo? I mean, 2 weeks before I went to Japan, I did use Duolingo to try and learn some Japanese. You can't become fluent in 2 weeks. But it did allow me to be able to read, like, half of signs. Like, I could read parts of signs, which meant that I could somewhat understand what the heck it was talking about. It's like I couldn't actually read it. It's like being able to read half of a word. And then it's like, oh, it's probably this word? Which could have made for some very bad situations, honestly. But it didn't, and it was fine in the end. So all is good in the world. Am I going to take GLOM? I'm just under the 750 holy talismans for this week. That we'd need to be on pace for GLOM. But if I used the rest of my gems, I would be well above pace. And depending on what the dungeon week is, starting in a couple of hours, if it's a nice one, we should be able to quite easily get GLOM. I mean, it's just, I'm stingy. I don't want to waste too many gems trying to go for GLOM. I will if necessary, and I feel like I'm not going to be, like, stuck at 0. But, you know, I'm not going to be too, like, say I ended up, for some reason, not being able to access my PC for the next week. I wouldn't be sad that I didn't get GLOM, put it that way. How many time do you play DML? What do you mean, how many time? How many time? You mean, like, how long do I play DML in a day? Do you mean, when was the first time I played DML? Because I started playing in January 2015. What's my opinion about Undying? He looks kind of icky. I don't like him. And plus, he's pay only, so I don't care about him. Upgrade my best dragon? I can't, because that would uneven my dungeon team and then I would become destroyed. That's a good way for me to ruin my team, Hugo. That's a very bad idea. And again, technically, I have no singular best, because when we're talking about teams, it's important about the entire team. There's no singular good dragon in the game. It's about how they all synergize and whether they can do good things in the dungeon for you. It's not just one dragon. One dragon does not make the team. Does DML pay me for making videos? No, they don't pay me. YouTube pays me. I have done sponsored events before with Gameloft. I have. But it's not like I upload a DML video and Gameloft pays me for it. No. Sponsored events are very different from just casual content creation. You're from Vietnam? I see. We used to have so many Vietnamese players. I feel like a lot of them dropped off in the last couple of years. But genuinely, in like 2015, 2016, I felt like DML must have been some huge thing in Vietnam. I don't know if they did big marketing in Vietnam or something, but it was wild. So many people called Nguyen. Is it bad to upgrade one dragon to 70 and the others 50? In the middle of events, yes, that's horrifically bad. What you can do is between major events, you can do some quick map progress. Like if you don't have Divines or Ancients, you only have Epics, you can just level up 1 or 2 dragons to try and take on the map. And that will mean that you can progress quicker, get more resources, blah, blah, blah. But when you're in the middle of major events like the current Shadow Ancient, you need an even team. So the idea is, between major events, you could quickly, like, level up 1 or 2 dragons to progress on the map, but then you need to even out your team before the next event starts. Have I ever looked into Islam? I know more than I'd like to know about Islam. I have no interest. It goes against a lot of values in this country, especially, so no, I'm not interested. How do you get subs? You upload. Are you rich? What do you mean rich? What's rich? Everyone has a different idea of what rich is. Some people think rich is like $1 million, other people think rich is $1 billion. Trust me, I'm not making $1 million from DML. I'm not making $1 billion from DML. I mean, it gets me free money for basically not a lot of effort. So, I will take it. But again, seriously, some people think that rich is like $10,000 in your savings account. Other people think it's like millions and millions of pounds. It's different for every person. And plus, even if you ask me my exact earnings, I'm actually legally not allowed to tell you according to my contract, so there's no point in you asking that anyway. How many level dragons are needed to breed the legendary, the Star Dragon? You don't need a set level. If you're trying to breed the Star Dragon, all that matters is that you use these main elements. That's the main thing. So that's why I picked out the combos using DML Planner, which were best, which is that Imperial plus Metal or Fire plus Regal. And the levels of your dragons, the higher the level of the breeding dragons, the higher your chances are of breeding rarer dragons, but they don't have to be leveled up a lot. It just increases it by an amount that Gameloft have never told us, but it does increase it, we know that. So that's why I normally say level 15 to level 20 is what I recommend if you want to breed them. You don't have to level them up to level 20, but it'll probably give you a slight edge. You stopped playing because you had to animate, understandable. You know, if DML's just taking up your time doing your other hobbies or your other important things, just don't play it. Is it possible for Nezha to come back in the next altar? No way of telling. Absolutely no one knows right now. They might come back, they might not. It's like how Homala came back in this event. There was no guarantee that Homala was going to be here for this event. It's just what they happened to bring out. Do I play Unite? Yes. Yes, it's Season 2 today. I'm looking to start playing and probably getting 2 or 3 accounts up to Master is my goal for this season. Or we'll see what I can get in Master, it depends. What about level 100? There is no point in wasting so many resources on a level 100 dragon just to breed with. No point. It's not worth the waste. I'm a Nezha, but not a Nezha. Again, they're very different. Nezha and Nezha are very different. But, yeah, I don't know. In terms of this event, we should be getting GLOM this week. Again, we've got Hausk. I haven't had to spend any money or anything. So, we should be good. We should be good to go with GLOM. Again, we're at, what, 643, which means we need to make up that extra 100 Holy Talisman amount. And then, we will be on pace to get Hausk and get GLOM without actually spending anything outside of that inner dragon bundle. So you don't need to spend money to get stuff in this game. You don't need to spend anything. Like, I can spend nothing and get all of this. Do I play Animal Crossing? I did when it was released on Switch, but I haven't played it since. Who is the boy in your avatar here in DML from the past videos? No, that's Jax Films, the YouTuber. Is he my boyfriend? No, my boyfriend is not Jax Films. Why would you assume that's my boyfriend? It's Jax Films. Hello. You should play Planet Zoo. I have seen gameplay of Planet Zoo when it came out, but again, with games that are quite old, it's like I pick my games that I want to play very sparingly when it's old games, and you know, Planet Zoo, for example, is quite dated now. I'm waiting for the next Zoo game to come out. We'll see. You use Leviathan and Metal? You've tried 1,000 times? Well, I'm sure 1,000 is a little bit of an exaggeration, but you've got to keep trying. Genuinely. That's just how it is. You just got to keep trying. Just got to keep breeding. That is if you actually play the game. Obviously, you could always speed it up, but you should never really speed up breeding, hatching, because it's just a complete waste of money. DML is 6 years old and I still play it. Exactly. I've already got one game that I waste my 6 years in. I don't need another one. You have to be very selective. Like, if I'm playing one old game, I don't need to play another one. Well, that's the whole point of live streams. You can ask me questions live, I can answer it. So rather than you having to leave a comment and wait until I wake up from sleeping, I can answer it right here and then. That's always been the point of live streams. We've always done things like that. And plus there's coaching streams as well that we've done before, and people found those useful, where people would submit their teams into the Team Advice Discord channel, for example. And during the coaching live streams, for example, we'd open up these and we'd go, oh, this team's bad because this. If you did this, you could make your team better. You know, the coaching live streams, I think, were useful to a lot of people. Although things are slightly different now that we know a little bit more about epic sigils, and we actually have epic sigils now. But that's the whole point of live streams. Ask things. If you want to ask things, you don't have to ask. Why am I using my auto battle tickets? I was just doing it because I had extra energy. Can you use the talismans in this event in a divine event? No, you need to spend them now. You need to spend all of your holy talismans by the end of next week. You hate online school? Really? I love not having to go into places physically. It's like, I learn better online than I do in physical locations, so, yeah, it's different for everyone. Different for everyone. But yeah, I will pre-warn you, use all of your tickets by the end of these 7 days. At the end of the 7 days, your tickets aren't going to be useful anymore. Your talismans will be gone skis. You need to use your talismans in this next week. So if you're going for Hausk, go for Hausk now. I might as well just spend all of mine. All of my pieces on these bits of Hausk. Because there's no other dragon I'm going to spend them on. But eventually we will collect all of the holy talismans that we need. I'm just going to take it to 1200. Just so it looks like a pretty number. There we go, 1200. So now we're basically doing the Divine Fest from here. 1200, and then Hausk is ours. Should be doable in a week. Have I ever spent $100 on this game? In one purchase? No. The highest I think I ever bought was it a £35 bundle? I actually did check all of the spending I've ever done in DML, and in the last few years, I've not spent more than, I think, £30 a year. Which is actually quite impressive, not gonna lie. How to get gems without purchase? Easy ways to get gems without purchasing. It's still RNG, but make sure you're doing your ruin exploration. Do clan events when they come up, because you can get extra gems from that. Events sometimes give extra gemmers. Otto's Lotto gives extra gemmers. If you can get people to use your recruitment code, do that, because I get lots of free gems from that, but a lot of people struggle for recruits, understandably. There's a lot of different mini things that you can do. If you're a new player, then doing all of the achievements can help as well, and some of these extra quests, like these ones, can help. But lots of different mini ways. You'll never get a fast way. Oh, and plus, obviously, in the dungeon, sometimes you'll get 100 gems in the dungeon as well. So, yeah, keep all of that in mind. I suppose I should probably open this big blue chest, right? Since I don't think I'm going to get another chance at doing this dungeon. We got ×5. There we go. I can open up 5 more. ×50? Where you leave quackalakes? What? That doesn't make any sense. What? Have I heard the legends of the Eternal Bracelet? No. How do you get a lot of food because you're stuck on a level that you can't beat? Hire your friends, dragons. Hire your friends, dragons. ×5 is fine, I guess. No ×50, gamer? No. Oh well, we're fine. Again, we should be on pace come next week, assuming it's not another horrific dungeon. I'm not worried. We'll get GLOM. Probably. Unless I just can't be bothered to do dungeon grinding. Or something comes up. Do I like cats? They're okay. You don't even get 1,000 per run? Yeah, that's a yikes. This week I can understand with all the dungeon burning out, possibly, but less than 1,000 is really not ideal. You think they meant live? I also think that, but I'm not going to assume. Because assuming makes an ass out of you and me. You know what I mean? But no, I live in England. Do I know DML Vietnam? The YouTube channel? I don't watch DML content on YouTube because it's uninteresting. Especially since pretty much no one else actually does guides or actually shows people how to do anything. Most of the people that exist are just not actually showing anything. They don't actually help people that watch them. You only got 100 pieces for Homala? Yikes. How are the parrots doing? They're fine. They're quite quiet. They might be sleeping at the moment. Is Pokora good for dungeon? Pokora does have AoE and Earth. Pokora isn't the bestest ancient overall, but Pokora can be used and can fill in those spots that you need. So, if you're desperate for an AoE and a shielder, you can use Pokora. You can indeed use Pokora. But, you know, the best dragons in the game are, of course, going to be the dragons like Enroja, Bahagia, Oya, Lisk. Those are the best dragons in the game. Those are the ones that you want, really, but there's no easy way to get them now. Well, there's no way to get them now. How can you increase collector points as fast as possible? You mean these bad boys? You breed more dragons, level them up, enchant them, sigil them. I did this the other day when I got Pinata, because I gained like 20,000 in a day. Something like that. Collector points, maybe 15,000 in a day. You just need lots of sigils, lots of enchantment, level them up, and breed lots of dragons. Just as it says here. Collect and level up your dragons to reach these milestones. Score is the sum of all your dragons' levels, rarity, enchantment levels, and sigils. So if you've got any sigils that you're not going to use, and you desperately need to get up to some of these early milestones, you can put on some like common sigils, uncommon sigils that you're never going to use, and that might take you to the next tier that you need. Hausk is good for team? No. Do you think a pet cat is good to put beside a pet bird? No. Why don't you use Purity and the Skull Sigil in your strongest dragons for insane damage? Because Purity Daredevil doesn't give you the health bonus that Wander Acceptance with Bless does. Purity Daredevil is only good if you can get one-shot hits on, say, the Sigil campaign map. Outside of Sigil campaign map, just for getting the high scores, Wander Acceptance or Witchcraft Acceptance is better in 100% of scenarios. Because you get a damage bonus, which is slightly less than Purity Daredevil, but you also get the health bonus, so you don't get one-shot. You prefer Divine events? Well, this is the first ever Ancient Fest that we've had. So the thing is, with Ancient Fests, this is the first iteration. They might make them easier, they might even make them harder. Would you rather have Frosk or Glom? Neither. Both of them are kind of eh. The thing, wait, if you level up, you get the level 6 skill masteries. Yes, you need to have level 6 unlocked. Like with DCP, I cannot stress enough how important the academy is. Like, whenever I suggest to use a dragon because it's got certain elements, that is assuming that that dragon has level 6 upgrades. Because without the skill masteries, level 6 skill masteries unlocked, that dragon is not going to be good. You need to get these as soon as physically possible. So, ideally, including Ancient and Divine, that's 15,000 DCP that you need. Will I do a coaching event again? Possibly. But since they never do mini events for Ancient event low-level players are almost guaranteed nothing, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. There are lots and lots of low-level players that prepared their teams before this event, and they have done very, very well. There's no excuse, because in fact, lower-level players have a massive advantage when it comes to dungeon over, say, myself. Like, even if you don't have Divines and Ancients, you can have, like, 8 dragons at a similar level, which means your dungeon, on average, is going to be a hell of a lot easier than it is for me. You get a lot of advantages as a lower-level player compared to people like me that have to save up 500 million food just to get another team member. You have a lot more potential variety that you can work with, and it's a lot easier to change your team than it is for me. Why not show my face? Because I didn't think I needed to today. Yeah, I do have cam on some live streams. I don't do it every time. I don't need to every time. I'm still here. I'm still here. Remember you, I do. That's good, Jonash. Again, I hope that if you didn't have an ancient before, at the very least, most of you managed to get Homala. Because again, Homala has that water element and the ancient element, and it has AoE, which are all vital for a good dungeon team. So I hope at the very least you managed to get Homala. If not, I don't know how long it's going to be until you get a water dragon. Hello! How to get more fruits? You mean food? Use spring cherries or squarey berries is the best food production, and progressing on the map as far as you can. Because the further you are on the map, the more food and everything, like gold, that you get for every blue map fight. So you need to be as far into the map as you can possibly be. Obviously, I've finished the map, so I'm earning the max amount that you can earn from them. But that's what you need to do. Is Longwang coming back soon? There is no way for us to know which dragons are returning. What's my clan called? I kicked a bunch of people out recently. This is my clan. You're 108 pieces away from Hausk. Should it be easy to get him? 108 away? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very close, assuming you're logging in. You want to be a pro? You can't be a pro at DML. DML isn't a competitive game. What do you think DML can change to be better? Like, the entire game? Do I have a legendary sigil? Nope. I barely have epic sigils. The only sigils that I do have are useful epic sigils like Wonder Acceptance. But I don't spend very much money in DML at all these days, so I can't just get lots of endless sigils. You don't need legendary sigils. They are not necessary. Main thing is getting an even team. That is the main thing. So you could have a really good dungeon team even with uncommon or rare sigils. You don't need to have epic or legendary ones. It's just they can help depending on situation. Can I make a new breeding guide? Just use DML Planner, dude. Any dragon you want to know how to breed? You want to know how to breed Regal? There you go. 2 seconds. That's it. Will old ancient divine dragons come back, or are they going to be limited forever? There is no way for anyone to know that apart from Gameloft. And they may change their mind at any time. There's no way to know. If you miss a dragon, like a limited time event dragon, like say GLOM, assume you're never going to get it again. That's the best way to think about it, because it might come back, but it may never come back. So the safest way is to assume that you haven't got it, you know. Although, if there is an event where you can get, say, if there was 500 pieces of Hausk, say if you ended at 480 pieces, they may give more ways for us to get these dragons. Like, we've got next week's dungeon and we've got catch-up dungeon afterwards. So you could get Hausk, for example, from that. But after that, he may never return. We don't know. If I had a choice, what would I do? Use level 20 dragons like yours, but with legendary sigils, or common sigils on level 20 125s? I mean, I wouldn't use legendary sigils unless you meant the entire team got them. But the better thing would genuinely be level 20s. Like the same dragons, but level, well, I'd say level 30, because then they wouldn't be able to get their third elements otherwise. But having level 30s that all have like high tier sigils is a lot better in terms of ease of changing the team. The only problem with having low level dragons is the fact that you won't be getting many mats from the Enchanted arena. I'm lucky because I have near max level dragons, which means I can do any fight in this arena and I can get the highest tier enchantment materials. But if you don't have high level dragons, you are not going to get close to any of them. Because the game is screwed. You know a hacker? Yeah, DML has lots of cheating scum at the moment. It's not abnormal. Are dinosaurs considered dragons? No. But they are cute. If you miss the Dragon of the Month, will it come back? No way to know. Although they do tend to bring back the Dragons of the Month in blitz breeding events and bundles. So there's no way to actually know. There's no guarantee it'll ever come back. It probably will, but there's no way to know for sure. But anyway, I just wanted to get those bad boys unlocked today. We did. We've got familiar unlocks, and again, we've got Shade Brute sitting in our inventory. So we did what I wanted to do today. We did a little bit of dungeon, but I'm waiting for new dungeon reset so that I can please give another fire dungeon game loft. They're so gonna give Void Dungeon, aren't they? Ugh. Anyway, where do I live? England. You have fall. Lovely. Lovely. But yes, I'm going to skedaddle for now. It is new Pokemon Unite season, and I do want to get on that grind. So, that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be today. But, you know, I appreciate you joining me here for DML related stuff. Again, you can always join the Discord server if you want to keep chatting with people or ask for any other advice. Whether it's breeding or dungeon related or GLOM related, whatever. How much do you think DML makes a month? The game? We don't know how much DML the game makes, but we do know how much Gameloft makes. Well, we know how much they make every quarter because Vivendi brings out the quarterly reports. Do I think Arena is good for low-level players? No, it's horrific for low-level players. It's absolutely horrific for lower-level players. I'm pretty sure I got the Fall Dragon at some point, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't get him straight away, but then I got him when he returned. But yeah, no, if you're a lower level player with low level dragons, you are not going to have a good time in the arena, I'm afraid. I'm going to be ending the live stream around about now. I'm just finishing off the last set of questions that come in for now. But again, if you want to continue the chatting, you can always join the Discord server and continue on there. But I've got what I wanted for now. This week is just going to be more dungeon grinding week, so maybe I'll do some more stuff on that. I've also got Farmville to do. I cannot be missing my Farmville resets. Farmville is a very serious game. But why not Yamad? Yamad is horrible. Don't buy Yamad. It is not worth it. He has bad stats for an ancient and he's not very useful. You could literally buy... You could get GLOM for a lot less than Yamad. In fact, you could get like 6 events worth of dragons in exchange for the amount you'd spend on Yamad. But, yes, I appreciate you joining me here today. Hopefully I'll be back soon with some more skis. But, I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Have fun. Ciao.